Hey guys! Back with my weekly video log. This is 9 weeks out update, and this has definitely been the hardest week so far of prep. Very challenging for me. Last week we made the drop in macros and added another hit day, which I'm still feeling those changes now, and we haven't made any further decreases yet. And I started the testing and my schedule's been a little crazy, so that's the main topic of this video log, was me figuring out how to handle all of that. And I think it's good information for everyone who's trying to balance a lot of things. And it took me a few days of trial and error to finally kind of get it down, but I think I've gotten a little system working. And I get this question a lot, not just pertaining to this exact scenario of research and prep and whatever, but I think it's a good kind of way to show people how I have been doing things. So here goes. So I've been waking up at 4 every day, which if you've ever woken up at 4, it's a little rough. I'm a morning person, 100%. So waking up at 5 is kind of like, I got it, but 4 is a nightmare. But so basically, I have to be up at 4. I need to be at the lab by 4:45, because usually we have a subject at 5. So without traffic, I live about 20 minutes away from campus, so I need to be out of the house by 4:25. So the night before, everything's laid out. My clothes are laid out, my food's all packed, my drinks are all packed, everything's ready to go. I just basically wake up, wash my face, try to look a little bit like a human being who's alive, and then I leave. So when I get to school, I typically I have 2 scoops of aminos. I drink those around 5, and then I have a few participants. And every day is a little bit different depending on where everyone is with their testing and who we have at what time. But typically I've been eating my next meal around 7 or 8, somewhere in between there. And that's 3 hard-boiled eggs, Greek yogurt, either raspberries or strawberries, and then sometimes like peanut butter or almond butter, whatever. So that's usually meal 1, and I love breakfast. Breakfast is my favorite meal of the day, so it's really sad for me to not make it at home and not make it fresh. I know that's like so silly, but I love eggs, and not hard-boiled eggs, but I like eggs enough that I will eat the hard-boiled eggs. So that's meal 1, and then typically I try to wait until about 10:30 or 11 until I eat my next meal, which is some kind of, carb, vegetables, usually chicken, and sometimes avocado if I'm having extra fat. So that's usually what I've been doing, and then most of the testing has been done around 11 or 12 every day. So after that, I will go train. So the first day, on Monday, I didn't do that. Bad mistake. So I did the testing. I hadn't really slept the night before because I was super anxious to miss my alarm for the first day of testing. So I woke up basically when you wake up every 20 minutes and just jump out of bed and you're like, oh, what time is it? And you've been sleeping for half an hour. So that was my night Sunday. So I didn't really sleep, and then, wasn't used to getting up that early. And then I came back, started doing, about 2 hours of work, just different emails, updates, that kind of stuff. And then I just passed out, coma, in the couch and woke up super groggy, super unhappy. I mean, I still got to the gym. It was awful. So I realized that once I stop that kind of momentum is when I lose it. So everyone's going to be a little bit different with how they feel in training. That's what I found. So, I mean, it's still hard to train, obviously it's hard training usually when I'm in a deficit, and then, with the lack of sleep and doing everything, but I find that if I do the testing and then I go right into the training, it usually is a better workout. If I have time for an hour nap in the afternoon, that even makes the day better, because it's really hard, so I'm getting up at 4, and, if I want to get a good night's sleep, which I would consider, 7 to 8 hours, I need to go to sleep at 8 or 9, and that's kind of hard. And, it's still light out at 8 o'clock. So usually I'll probably end up going to sleep around 10, but if I've had that nap, it works out really well. So that's kind of been the schedule, and then I do my work that I need to later in the day. And I prep the food the night before, have everything laid out, as much as I don't want to do that, and I'm really tired, that's just, kind of what I have to do. Because for me, I'm sure a lot of people can relate. If you're stressed out and you're tired and you're hungry and your food's not prepped, you're way more likely to overeat. and or just have a little bit of something and then you go into that like kind of fuck it mode, or whatever. You're just not going to be as on track as if you'd planned everything. So normally I find that it's best for me to plan most of my meals for the day, and then I'll leave like the last one at home for me to just kind of cook whatever I have left for my macros, or if I already have something prepared, I'll just eat it then. Because for me at least, lack of sleep, high stress, it makes it a lot harder to not overeat, especially because I'm hungry, but I'm always hungry. That's when I'm dieting or not. I'm just always hungry. So when I'm stressed, and really busy, it just helps to kind of take that extra time to prepare things, and it really makes a big difference with my adherence. And so with the deficit that I've been in, training has been really hard. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that I had these like badass workouts this week, because no. But I got it all done. I trained every day. I lifted 6 days this week, Monday through Saturday. I got in, all of my cardio, and it was tough. It was pretty bad. Friday especially, it just kind of, really hit me, but I got through it, and that's the whole point. Things aren't always optimal in life, and schedules aren't always great, and there's going to be weeks or times like this that are really, really hectic, and you just kind of have to adapt. And for me, at least, the biggest indicator for my consistent weight loss is the actual calorie deficit, and not as much the training. As long as I kind of keep my training frequency high, if each day my volume's a little bit less, but I increase the frequency, then I'm usually can maintain whatever I'm trying to do. So that works for me. That's what I've found. Some people respond better to training than they do the diet. They don't really have to diet that much. They just increase their training. So everyone, you just kind of have to figure that out for yourself. And that's what works for me. And I, like I said, I've been trying my best this week. So hopefully this week's a little better. There's not as many people this week, so it'll be a little bit more relaxed, but I still have to get all the diets and everything together. So still a little bit of mayhem, but after next week, it'll be a little bit of a breather. So that'll be nice. So yeah, I mean, that's basically been my week. It's just like go, go, go. Like I felt like I was never at home, never really doing anything, and things were like a mess, but I made it work, and you just got to keep pushing. If you guys are familiar with Les Brown, he's like a motivational speaker, and he me and Lane watch all this kind of stuff, so he'll send me all these motivational videos, and one of the quotes that always kind of stuck with me, and I'm sure many people have said this, but I heard it from Les Brown, that it's not over until I win. And that's kind of been the mindset. And I know that probably sounds a little melodramatic for my week. I mean, I'm just waking up early and doing research and training. There's worse things in life, but sometimes you have to find that kind of outsource of motivation. And even if like a cheesy 6-minute video on YouTube is what helps you, then do that. That kind of sets the tone for my day. If I listen to that on the drive over, I'm kind of, I'm good to go. So yeah, he has a lot. I'll put that video in the description, because I really like that one video that I listen to basically every day. So been really trying to keep a positive outlook, and not complaining, and because I'm gonna be tired, I'm gonna feel shitty, and that's kind of something that I always see people who don't understand flexible dieting. They think that when you're prepping on macros you don't feel like this, and I'm like, whoa. Yeah, well, I don't know, maybe I'm doing it wrong, but I'm definitely in a deficit, and I'm eating all the same kind of foods that most people do. So I definitely am feeling the diet. You can probably tell I look a little spaced out today. That's definitely it. One day I'm gonna make a video where I don't touch my hair, where I don't laugh the entire time, where I don't move my face and look around, but for now I'm still learning how to talk normal to the camera. So yeah, that's about it. I've been, I've gotten a really good response from these videos, so I want to keep up with it. I kind of feel like, everyone looks forward to these, I hope. So as content, as far as social media, has definitely been reduced because I'm very busy and just trying to prioritize things, and that's not a priority. But if nothing else, every week I will put this video out for everyone. So sorry, the content has been a little bit slower, and if anyone has actually requested me for coaching right now, not really taking on anyone at the moment because of this, and that's mainly because I want to give 100% to everyone that I work with, so I wouldn't want to, you know, do a disservice to a client. However, I do, if everyone doesn't know, I do posing and stage presentation Skype consultations. So I am still taking clients for that. I know the national show circuit has kind of started, so next weekend is Junior Nats, and then there's Team U, and then USA's. So there's a lot of big shows. The summer is a really big time, obviously, for competing. So if you are a bikini or a figure competitor and you would like help with posing, or I have a thing where I call it stage consultation, so, or competition consultation, whatever I call it. Basically, we go over everything that you need to know about hair, makeup, tan, suit, all the little details, and that's important for people who've never really competed, and also really important for people at the national level. I really can't stress enough how important the details are at a national show. So if you're interested in that, you can go to my website and there's the contact form, and you can just, you know, type in, okay, posing for whatever, and then that will contact me. So I'll put that all in the description also. And so for anyone competing in Junior Nationals next week, I wish I could be there. Unfortunately, I won't be. I know a few girls who are competing, so I know you guys are going to do amazing. And I loved that show. I did that show. That was actually my last figure show. And even though I didn't do great, obviously, and so I switched to bikini, it was still an amazing show, amazing run show. I really liked the venue. You know, Chicago is great. The next day, finals weren't till later, and I'd gotten like, you know, third call out, so I was like, oh, well, screw this, we're going to Chicago. So me and my mom went and like explored the whole city, and I was in a if anyone's seen the pictures, this is when I had my like faux hawk, mohawk, crazy hair thing. And so I had this like enormous hair, I had a spray tan, all my makeup, and I'm like running around, you know, downtown just like taking pictures, and people were just like, what the hell is this girl doing? That was an experience. But yeah, so if anyone's doing Junior Nationals, good luck to you guys, and it's a great show. So yeah, that's Loco signing off. I hope everyone has a great week. Bye!